Hello everybody, JayReims with a periodic review, and welcome to Entertainment News. Now, before I went to bed tonight and start the upload of the long haul of our podcast, getting up on all of our content, I had to get this video out. And I know it's been a long day for me in releasing a lot of videos, but I had to say my piece on this whole thing. So for those of you who aren't living under a rock, at the Academy Awards, during the ceremony, Chris Rock was cracking jokes, and he made a reference to Jada Pickett's scene that she had without hair, had made a joke with her being in G.I. Jane 2, which seemed to elicit a reaction from Mr. Will Smith, in which he proceeded to go up on stage, and it looked like he open-handedly slapped Chris Rock. I don't think he punched him. That's just from what I understand and see. And then he proceeded to sit down and yell and curse at him some more, and tell him not to use her name. And this is actually quite different from what I've experienced Will Smith as far as like interviews and other things I've seen him in. I've seen him be very, very calm, very calculated, very together, and this seems very out of his character, which is very strange. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about these quotes, and we'll proceed on to this particular topic. So the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences has officially responded to Will Smith slapping Chris Rock on stage during the 94th Academy Awards ceremony last night. The incident, in which took place while Rock was presenting the Oscar for Best Documentary Feature, was ignited by the presenter making a joke aimed at actor Jada Pinkett Smith, Smith's wife. Rock told Pinkett Smith that he couldn't wait to see her in G.I. Jane 2, referencing the actor's short hairstyle, which was a result of her alopecia diagnosis. I hope I'm saying that right. Following this, Smith took the stage to slap Rock across the face before returning to his seat, shouting at the presenter to keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth. The altercation has since gained extensive media attention, with the uncensored clip circulating widely on social media. And actually, it was actually very difficult to get the actual clip with the continued audio, because when it was live, they actually dumped the audio right after Smith slapped Rock, and you didn't hear him cursing, because obviously these things can and possibly can happen, and so they dumped the audio because it was on a delay, and muted the part where he is cursing at him. Smith's unprecedented behavior has received varying responses from fans and celebrities, but it would appear that most are in agreement that Smith was in the wrong to physically assault Rock. Although it has since been confirmed that Rock will not file a police report into the incident, the Academy itself has also been subject to criticism for what happened, with some denouncing the organization for continuing to award Smith the Oscar for Best Actor. This response, therefore, likely comes partly as a result of this backlash. But while the statement condemns violence in principle, it fails to address the altercation directly and does not provide any further information as to what steps, if any, the Academy will take in result of it. Indeed, its main focus on celebrating last night's winners suggests a plea from the organization for audiences to move on from the event. Now, what was really interesting was what the Academy said in their tweet, I believe is what... posting on their brief statement on Twitter, the Academy declared that it does not condone violence of any form, before going on to celebrate our winners who deserve this moment of recognition from their peers and movie lovers around the world. Of course, you can look up their tweet over on the Twitters, which is really interesting that they haven't said anything about this yet. And it's possible in these last little while, I don't know why my dog's jumping up and down, but he's doing his thing, so you can enjoy that while I'm doing this on the fly, that they didn't say anything about it, number one. And number two, it's very strange that Chris Rock is not filing a police report and possibly a restraining order against Mr. Smith, because this was a violent act. He assaulted him. And even if you are the best actor and receiving the Best Actor award for a documentary, that doesn't mean that it's okay for you to assault somebody. So it's very strange that they haven't really addressed it yet. I'm sure eventually they will. And hopefully I'll talk a little bit more about that once it occurs. My personal thoughts is, obviously Chris should do a police report against him, possibly a restraining order. And the Academy should rescind his award, in my opinion. And he probably should be banned from doing movies from now. This is definitely a cancelable offense, in my opinion. And since we're in a world where cancelable offenses can be wrongthink and your opinions don't matter because you're not on the right team, are cancelable offense, why is this not a cancelable offense? That's just my thoughts on that. But moving on, Will Smith issued a public apology to Chris Rock, whom he slapped on stage at the Oscars after the comedian joked about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith's bald head. Violence in all its forms is poisonous and destructive, Smith wrote on Instagram Monday, and the day after the ceremony when he won Best Actor for playing Venus and Serena Williams' father in King Richard. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Smith added, jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. This actually kind of has me fired up because I have a feeling that Smith's not going to get anything from this. I feel like they're just going to sweep this under the rug. They're going to play it off as, it's not that big of a deal, when it clearly is a big deal. And if that's the case, that is going to rub me the wrong way, because I feel like people who are big superstars in Hollywood, big name actors who've made millions of dollars off of these different movies and franchises and book deals and all this other stuff, it all comes down to this one instance where they didn't do the right thing. They didn't treat another human being correctly. Now, some people might say, oh, well, Chris Rock was in the wrong, it was very insensitive of him to talk about Jada Pinkett Smith and her hair due to her condition. But here's the thing, and this is something I feel like reasonable people should understand, is that when you go to an award ceremony and there's a comedian who is going to be telling jokes and poking fun at people, they should understand that they are jokes and they're poking fun because they're looking for the laugh. And yes, they will say the most effed up thing, because that's what comedy is there for. It's there for us to look at things that are dark and scary and even unacceptable in this world and laugh about it, because it's too difficult to talk about. I mean, and it's really ridiculous that that he got so upset emotionally because of that. Now, what's really interesting is that the camera pans to him after he says the joke, and Smith is clearly cracking up. And Miss Pinkett Smith is clearly not amused, and she rolls her eyes and is just like, oh my gosh, seriously? Like that's the look that I got on her face. So sometime between that and after it panned back to Chris Rock, that's where maybe Smith saw the look on his wife's face and decided that, oh, this is not acceptable. I need to go defend her honor. So I can see kind of where he went with that. However, it's just really surprising that he went from laughing his freaking ass off to, I'm going to go slap a bitch right now. And he goes up and hits Chris Rock. Obviously, this is not acceptable. This should not be accepted in the realm of the elite. It should not be accepted in the realm of the top people in Hollywood. It should not be accepted to the lowly beggar and homeless person who are fighting in the streets. Like, violence is not okay. Physical assault is not okay. However, words are just words. So yeah, you can be offended. Yeah, you cannot like what he says. Absolutely. And maybe you pull that person aside and say, hey, when you said this, were you trying to offend me or whatever? And you can actually get them to talk about exactly why they said what they said. But again, this is in the context of of a comedian telling jokes. And I've loved Will Smith. I've loved his candor, his personality, the way that he infuses and excites people to be better people through his Instagram, his YouTube posts, his interviews. Always a very intriguing person, and who has always said something that makes me want to be a better person. And for him to lose his cool over a joke, it makes me think that there's more underlying, deeper things that are going on. I could see potentially that he was trying to, protect his wife's honor, but this is just not okay. I'm sad for him, and I'm sad for his family, because I'm sure this is going to be a big shitstorm, even if Chris doesn't file a police report against him for assault, which I believe he should. I do believe this, I'm so triggered right now. I do believe that his award should be rescinded, and he should not act again in some shape or form. Those are just my thoughts, but I could be wrong, and I'm sure you guys are going to let me know in the comment section down below. So thank you so much for watching another video. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Our podcast video should be up later this night, early tomorrow morning. So if you're seeing this, thank you so much for checking that out. Hopefully we've earned your subscription, so don't forget to follow. Click that red button, hit that damn bell so you don't miss a content release. And from my family to yours, good night. Hello everyone, JayReims with the Periodic Review. Today's video is sponsored by viewers like you, so thank you. Hopefully we've earned your subscription today, so don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that damn bell to turn on your notifications so you don't miss a content release. Check out the video links at the end of every video to view our previous content, as well as visit the description section for more links to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and from my family to yours, good night.